Hi, hello, and welcome to the third episode of IPL Titbits with Gully Cricket. Today, we have a special guest on our show. So, Shaz and all our viewers, please welcome our CSK super fan for the day, Raja.
Hi
Hey, Raja.
Raja.
Hey, hello everyone.
Hey, Raja. Are you
Yes.
enjoying the season?
Unfortunately, no, because as you know, CSK has been losing all the matches so far. So looking
Mhm.
for a good
Mm,
one today.
All right. So,
all
let's
right.
hope for that.
Yeah.
And let's get started with our show. So, Shaz, the first question is for
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
We have had a cracker of a game last night, and Tewatia, the man for the night, has for the second time smashed a Jamaican bowler playing Punjab to win the match for his team. So,
Mm-hmm.
what's up with Tewatia and his match-winning sixes?
Well, I don't know if that's a crazy coincidence or it's just the fact that he likes smashing the West Indian bowlers who are dressed in Punjab dress. But the fact that it's happened, twice.
Mhm.
Uh, so I just don't really know. But you got to give credit to him, because it was a very tight situation and he predicted as well as to what the bowler was going to do. You saw how much he moved across to the
Mhm.
offside. And since Odean Smith missed his length, he made sure that he took full toll of it on both the balls and scripted an incredible win because you could see how Hardik Pandya was visibly disappointed after getting run out. And I don't know for what he was cribbing with David Miller because he himself ran.
Mhm.
So I don't really understand what was the point of doing that. But anyways, all is well that ends well. Gujarat Titans have got to the third successive win, I would say, consecutive win. And it was definitely a heartbreak for Punjab, considering how well Arshdeep actually bowled in those final overs. So, yeah, I mean, well done to Gujarat again.
Yeah. So Punjab had a hard night, and now Raja, when we come to the Punjab side, they did have a decent outing in the first half, but when it comes to team selection, they had like five good overseas players who seem to be in form. You know them:
Mhm.
Rabada, Livingston, Rajapaksha, Smith, and Bairstow. So I think they would need some permutation and combination to get the best four out of them. And what would be an ideal four, and like why?
Uh, sure. So I for one think like team balance is the most important thing, and I feel like bowling for Punjab Kings 11 is a bit of undercooked at this point of time. So they have two good Indian batters at the top, and then probably I will just go with two batters out of Livingstone, Barstow, and then
Rajapaksha.
Rajapakse. And given that you started with Rajapakse and he's been doing good,
Yeah.
probably my four would be go with Livington and Rajapakse, give them the license, and none of them need the license. It's just that they always go blasting it out. And then at this point of time, you have to back Smith to do a bit of bowling and give them the confidence. And you have Rabada as well, because if you look at it from an Indian bowling perspective, I mean, I would say that it didn't inspire much confidence, but you need those two overseas bowling options when with Livingstone to bowlers, leggies or off pace. It would make an ideal combination for Kings 11 Punjab. And to be frank, I don't think it is a 5-8 as well at this point of time for four start, but with Nathan Elias coming back into the mix after his tour of Pakistan, and he has proved in the limited opportunities for Australia that he could be another potential overseas option slot that could open up. So I'm still thinking how much ever options that you had, probably I would still want to go for two batting and then two bowling options. I mean, one of them being an all-rounder, Smith at this point of time. But he just needs that a bit of confidence, this being his first IPL and all. And then I'm sure he will definitely do good.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that, I was really surprised that Rajapaksha was given preference to Bairstow, considering that he has not done too bad himself.
mhm.
So I don't know what was the thinking. Maybe it's just a reputation that Bairstow has that they got him in. But it would be really difficult to make someone like Rajapaksha sit out of the game unless he's had any injuries.
Mm, so,
Yeah, so some excellent points put out by you two. I hope Mayank watches this video and makes some changes to his video to this team after this. So
definitely.
yeah, so Punjab had recently defended a huge target, and while we will remember Tewatia for a long time now due to his match-winning sixes, there was another guy at the top who got him close to the target. So, Shaz, kindly take us through the Gujarat's chase and talk about the excellent shots that Shubman played.
Yeah, I mean, he's one upcoming talent, right? He definitely has the potential to play all three formats for India. He some of the shots that he played, I particularly remember one shot of Arshdeep, I think in the second over, where he just pushed the ball and it raced away to the boundary. It was just sheer timing. So this guy has got a lot of talent. He's even done well in limited opportunities that he's got overseas. Like he played a match-winning knock in Australia in the fourth historic Test win that we had in Gabba as well. So there's no doubt about Shubman Gill, and it depends on how much confidence the team that he's in gives him. And in fact, McCallum had also spoken that he might be a future KKR captain, but I don't know what happened. But anyways, we just want him to do well so that it keeps him in good stead, and also it's good for Indian cricket as well.
Yep. So that was the match that was, and after the thriller last night, we have a thrilling day of cricket today as well, with some of the most popular teams playing.
Yeah.
And so Raja, let's start with the CSK fan. Going by the numbers, CSK definitely have an upper hand. Like they have won 8 out of their last 10 matches against SRH. And Divya Patil is a batting friendly pitch as well. So CSK seems to have a better batting lineup. What do you think? It will be CSK will go in as the favorites tonight?
100%. I mean, given that I'm a CSK fan as well, I would say 200%. Again, CSK always bats deep as well. They always pack their side with lots of all-rounders. I mean, even though they are 35 plus or whatever their age,
The average age.
the average age. The performance on the field has been really good. It's just that it has not clicked in the first 3 matches of this season. So I'm definitely expecting them to really do good. One for one, I feel like Gaikwad has not scored. I mean, he was on the fringes of Indian selection based on the last year's performance. So I'm hoping he would definitely come good. And then we have the bowling resources as well. So the problem with SRH at this point of time is that the players are batting out of their position, I would say. I mean, SRH traditionally has been a team depending upon their bowling strength. They always had a core good bowling options. I mean, Indian as well as a combination of overs. And this time I feel like they still have it, but just that it lacks the batting. I mean, Kane, he has been out of the game for quite a lot of time. Abhishek Sharma hasn't been proved as an opener, or Markham in the middle order, he has played for South Africa as well. Samad hasn't, I mean, they have invested heavily on Abdul Samad, who hasn't come good so far. So considering all these things, and being a CSK fan, I would still root for CSK. So definitely a CSK win at the end of the match.
All right. So like you mentioned, if you go through the SRH lineup, they do have good openers who are batting below. For example, Rahul Tripathi, or in fact even Sundar, who has done a wonderful opening in the past for his domestic team. And Kane is opening instead of batting at number 3. So Shaz, don't you think SRH should tweak their batting positions today and maybe have a revamp like what KKR did in the second half of last year, and things could change for better?
Yes, I totally agree with Raja's point as well, that they definitely need a change in the batting position. I would probably go with Rahul Tripathi and Aiden Markram, because both of these guys are aggressive players, and you need someone who can give you that momentum. And if you've seen, Kane Williamson and Abhishek Sharma as a partnership have had one of the lowest strike rates being openers in this IPL. So you clearly know that things are not working out with them. And Kane Williamson has been most successful in the number 4 slot. So, and they're definitely missing their overseas players, which they had last time, like the whole likes of Jason Holder and Rashid Khan. And you can see that they're quite a young team, like there's not like a blend of experience and youth. So that is also is what is hampering them. So as considering the bowling, they might look to get in Shreyas Gopal into the team as well, to give that leg spinning option, which they've been missing with the likes of Rashid Khan not being there. So they have plenty of work to do if they have to get over Chennai tonight.
Yeah. So Shreyas Gopal does have a good record against, I mean, the right arm off spin, leg spin.
Yes.
Has a good
CSK has traditionally struggled against right arm leg spin as well.
Yep. So that is one matchup. And Raja, Kane Williamson also has 300 runs against SRH and a strike rate of above 142. While Rayudu from your team has over 500 runs against SRH. So which one of these are you looking forward to, and what do you think will click tonight?
So I hope Raidu fires tonight. As in, out of the 3 matches, he had a below par batting in 2, and in one of the high scoring matches, he made a little impact innings, 27 out of 20 balls. And he is a gifted player. I mean, he has been with the India team, and then unfortunately it was cut short. But he has nothing to prove though. But he always plays kind of a carefree cricket. Doesn't bother about the opposition or how big a player that person is. He just once he gets in, he can get going as well. So I expect him to come good today, given that he hasn't had much of an impact, and then CSK as a team is on 3 consecutive losses. So definitely they will take that as a point and will try to prove themselves. So Royal won for sure, but on Kane, he's a world-class player, no doubt about that. But personally, I don't want him to score runs in this match. And also the point is that he has been out of playing cricket for a long time, as in like he has been on and off because of his elbow injury. And given the seriousness of that, he hasn't even reached out to the likes of Sachin and Smith to get an opinion, because they have had elbow injuries in their career as well. So one, lack of match practice, and someone who needs to have a crease time so that he come good. I don't think in this match he will play a defining innings, and I hope CSK will get him out early.
All right. And any
Spoken
thoughts
like a
on
true
Shreyas?
fan. No, I said he's spoken like a true fan.
Yeah.
Oh, true, I am.
Yeah.
So any thoughts on Shreyas and how you are planning to tackle him if he's in the playing 11?
So again, CSK lives in the present. They don't go with plans as such, and Dhoni has been vocal about that in the public also. I'm not sure how Jadeja as a captain is driving behind the scenes, but probably a change of player might not impact CSK's strategy. So it's just that they get in with an open mindset, see the ball hit it, and ensure that they have a target. Even if they do not have a target, probably they will assess the pitch better in the second innings and bowl accordingly. And that has been Chennai's or Dhoni's strength as well. So not a first strategy, but whatever it is, they should be able to play accordingly.
All right. You seem to be very excited for the match, and let's hope your team wins and gets their 2 points tonight. Let's move to the second match now. So, Shaz, we know that a wounded lion is the most dangerous one, and Mumbai had done it earlier. In 2015, they lost 4 consecutive matches in the beginning, and they won all but one of the remaining, including the final. So, as an RCB fan, does it worry you at all that your opponent tonight is Mumbai or lost their first 3 games?
Well, yeah, a little bit, I would say, because you can call them the team of comebacks, because they've done it a little too often, I would say, from those positions to go and win the trophy in the end. So they have a history of doing that as well. But yeah, I mean, see, they're desperately looking for a win. Everyone knows that. And I think the problem with Mumbai is, I think the bowling is something that is not doing well for them. As a team, they missed the services of Surya in the first 2 games, and that was evident as well. Since they have a newer set of players, they need to work out what their combinations are, which is going to, get them the best results in the field. So, but I would say it's going to be a very exciting game.
Yep. So, like you pointed out, it's Mumbai's bowling. It seems like Bumrah is a bit rusty in the first few games of the tournament, be it Mumbai Indians or be it in Team India. So, is it that Mumbai Indians is looking for him to get back in form, and is that the X factor they're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, definitely they would want wickets from Bumrah because he's been a seasoned player, and you can say since he's been there from the beginning, they've sort of groomed him and made him to what he is. Yeah, definitely. He has to put his hand up considering there is not much experience otherwise. Timal Mills is a very good T20 bowler, but then he's not been given a long run in the IPL before. So will they be able to give that to him? And Daniel Sams has not lived up to his expectation at all. Uh, he's been disappointing with both bat and the ball as well. So I hope it stays the same if they play him, because we don't want him to fire today. Yeah.
Mhm.
So these are some of the issues that they're actually facing. Is what I would say.
But Daniel Sams and Timal Mills both are playing against their ex team today, and we know how RCB's ex players play against RCB.
Yeah.
So
Let's hope it's not the case today.
yeah. So moving on, Raja is a player of your state. So we're talking about Dinesh
Mhm.
Karthik here. He has been playing some good cricket for Tamil Nadu, and he has finished it well for India in the Niyadas Trophy. And even in this year of IPL, he's finishing it in style for RCB, if you could say, and is not yet been dismissed even once while finishing. So, and we needed a replacement for ABD now that ABD is not playing. Is this the finisher we were looking forward for?
Certainly he is, and he has proved that in the last couple of matches as well, playing match-winning innings also. If I could recall, going back to the IPL auction, even CSK was bidding for PK, right?
Mhm.
Because CSK could be looking for that finisher or adding that, player from the same state. So unfortunately, we couldn't get it, and then it's a good price for RCB, and he has proved his point as well, right? And he has been a player who has always had the game. It's just that the opportunities at India level were not that much. And last year he kind of had a bad outing with KKR as
Okay,
well.
here.
So he had a point to prove. And even if he does well continuously, it could even open up the door for India selections as well. And given that from an RCB perspective, ABD is no longer with the team, definitely they were looking for a good finisher, and they got a golden PK. So he continues to bat that way, except the game against CSK.
All right, we'll see that on Tuesday. And
Yeah.
Shaz, any excited to see DK in India colors for World T20?
Definitely, man. I mean, I've always been a strong backer of him.
Mm-hmm.
See, these are players like I would name even Surya Kumar slightly in his bracket as well. Why is because they have shots which generally other players don't play that much. They can make a mess of the fielding plan of the opposition team, because they can play all around the wicket, and you don't know what to expect from them. So that is what you saw. Like even in the previous game against whom did we win? Rajasthan Royals. So you saw that DK was not scoring in just one part. Like wherever the field was being manipulated, he made sure that the ball was going in the gaps. So that requires a certain amount of skill. So he would definitely be a handy addition, and he would love to come back and play for the Indian team, and hope that he makes the cut for the 2022 World Cup in Australia.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the final question. And Shaz, it's a tricky pitch tonight. It's in Pune, and Mumbai already have an experience of playing there.
Hmm.
But RCB has been winning games, and they have got a boost by addition of Maxwell to the team, and even probably I think Behrendorff might play. So,
Hmm.
what do you think? RCB will continue their winning streak, or MI will get their first points on board tonight?
Honestly, I would definitely want RCB to continue their winning streak. Yeah. Uh, as you said, Mumbai might have a slight advantage considering that they have played in that pitch before. They might know how it might, react, or they might have the game plan set. But saying that, with Maxwell coming in, RCB gets another bowling option as well, of a spinner. So I think you got more bowling options, and you know how destructive he can also be with the bat. Now with Barendorf, I don't know if he will get a game or not, because David Willey has been doing a decent job, and the fact that he can also be a batting option is something that RCB will consider. But I would definitely say once Hazelwood is back in the mix, it might definitely cause a bit of headache for RCB in terms of the overseas options.
Mhm. Yeah. So let's hope CSK wins tonight and RCB as well, and all three
Yeah,
panelists are happy tonight.
Yeah.
So with that, we can end our show today. And coming to our contest, yesterday there were so many impact players, and I think our viewers had a hard time choosing, and that's why
Yeah.
nobody could predict Gill.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of predictions for Liam Livingston and other players, Hardik Pandya as well, but none
Yeah.
for Gill. So guys, keep predicting. Today also we have the contest live. You can
Yeah. You have
predict.
two options. I mean, two
Yep.
chances of winning basically.
So over the weekend
With
you can win 4 vouchers, and all you have to do is predict the man of the match before the start of second innings of each game. All you have to do is comment in the video section, comment section of this video. So with that, we'll end the video today. So have fun, keep predicting, and cheers, guys.
Thank you.